So, you're almost done Ronnie's quest, but there is still one more obstacle left, and that is to find her body at the bottom of the Moonlight Altar in southwestern Lorenia. Today, I'm going to be talking to you how to get there and what other locations are at the Moonlight Altar. Hello, I'm David Kenny, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Moonlight Altar in southwestern Lorenia. But before I get to it, though, Ranni's quest. First, you go to Ranni's Rise after defeating Royal Knight Loretta at the Caria Manor. There's also Then you go to Nacron to get the Fingerslayer Blade, and that's a knight's sacred ground over there. Then when you meet her again, you notice she's not at a rise. Then you go to Renna's Rise. Then it teleports you to Anzile River, Maine. You have to go to the Lake of Rot to continue. Before you do, however, you must travel through Noxtella and also defeat a baleful shadow. And also talk to a doll of Ranni in the process. Well, now, once you get to the Lake of Rot, you must defeat Estelle at the bottom. Then there will be a lift that'll take you to the Moonlight Altar. And that is where we will begin. First, other locations there, like these Moonfolk ruins right north of the Moonlight Altar, but they consist of noble sorcerers and just deer. And also other thing. In the underground section, there is a somber smithing stone 8. Next, we go to the Lunar Estate ruins, southeast. Remember the Laxiar ruins where you met and defeated, if you were able to defeat it, a revenant. Well, there's another one here too. And in the bottom, there is a Sirloin Amber Medallion +2. It increases FP, aka faith points, for spells and skills. And around this Moonlight Altar, there are also enemy versions of mini-bosses, aka cave bosses. There are also lesser glintstone dragons there. And there's also one that actually is a boss, and I'll get to that at the end. But for now, let's go to a rise southwest of the altar. Chalona's Rise. Seek 3 bigger turtles, or as it says, great wise beasts, around the place. One of them is around the Lunar Estate ruins beneath a cliff. Now, when you get to that, Ranni's Dark Moon will be waiting for you at the top. It is a legendary sorcery. It is a moon like Rannella's. Rannella, by the way, is the full Moon Queen, but with a bitter cold touch. That's right, it has a frost effect. It can also deflect other spells. And just between you and me, I throughout the times I've helped other people defeat bosses, I think this and one other weapon that I'll be talking about in a certain legacy dungeon that can defeat Rykard without the need of the Serpent Hunter. I'll be talking about him when we deal with the Volcano Manor. That's a legacy dungeon. Now, northwestern of the altar is the Ringleader's Evergall. In here, we have Electo, the leader of the Black Knife Assassins. These were women who killed a demigod named Godwyn the Golden, Knight of the Black Knives. And it is presumed that Ranni did that. Anyway, now I don't know how, but he took the Rune of Death. She took the Rune of Death that is guarded by Malekith. Anyway, back to Electo. The best way to beat her is to take advantage of her weak poise. That means she can break her stance easily and get stunned quickly. When I beat her, I just did one piece of Giant Hunt and then 3 regular slashes, and then that did her poise in. But be wary, because unlike the other assassins, she has a unique attack similar to Malekith's destined death that I'll be talking about when we get to his fight. Anyway, once you beat her, you get her daughter, one of the most OP spirit ashes. She didn't survive the flee from the capital, but she is a good fighter. Her name is Tish. That's why I use her, by the way. Now, the main event. The main location of the altar. The Cathedral of Manos Celes. Ranni waits for you here at the bottom. But, you, like I did, there is one hurdle that you cannot opt out of, and that is defeat her own pet dragon that met you right before you started her quest line, right outside her rise. This is Adula. She somehow managed to tame a dragon. And like Smaragd from the lakes, he spits magic damaging glintstone breath, but he also has a blade, a frosty blade that I'll get to in a sec. But you can pierce him, aka stab him, but to finish him off for good. Now, this is Adula's Moonblade, your reward for beating it. Like carrying Greatsword, but with a cold effect. Speaking of which, they can be cast together. Now then, at the bottom of the cathedral lies her body. Once you kiss her hand, she will reward you with the Dark Moon Greatsword. That's which is similar to the Moonlight Greatsword of the other Souls games. Which, by the way, Moonlight Greatsword is this sword's skill. It is a legendary armament as well, given to Ranella from Radagon, I believe. Now then, as far as next week is concerned, next week I will be going over a new game, a different one. A franchise, to be exact. Until then, please like and subscribe and click the notification bell as to when I upload next. Until then, bye!